So today I've decided, we finished our balance series, but I've decided that actually I'm going to leave it until the beginning of June to start the next theme of yoga classes, which is going to be a really good one. So over the next couple of weeks, we're just going to do, feel good yoga, working every area of the body. Hopefully it'll give you a great, really good stretch before you get back to work for the second half of the day. Grab a few pillows for today. We are going to need them when we come to sit down. So at the end of the class, so at least 2, maybe 3. And we'll make a start today standing. So coming to your mat, and we'll find our Tadasana. Tadasana, this is our mountain pose. We're going to start with those toes pointing forwards. Feet underneath the hips, so you could draw a line from the bony part of the hip all the way down through the knee to the second and third toes. Think about lifting those toes up. Let's spread them nice and wide, and then place them back down, little toe first, big toe last. Getting this really solid foundation through the feet to gaze forwards. Find that lift through the front of the legs. Inner arches of the feet, the shins, the kneecaps being lifted, using those thigh muscles, finding that internal rotation on the thighs. So wrapping those outer thighs in, finding that breadth across the low back. Pelvis is neutral, hip bones pointing forwards, lifting up out of the pelvic bowl, up through the front of the body, and feel like the top of the chest is pulling up towards the chin. Chin slightly tucks, lengthening through the back of the neck. Engaging those abdominals, keeping those ribs contained. Reaching down through the third finger of each hand, shoulders away from ears, and lengthening up through the crown of the head. So this is our Tadasana, our mountain pose. Great one to get the whole body active, engaged. We're not just standing at a bus stop here with our hip falling out. Everything's working. We're lifting up through the front of the body, through the crown of the head. We're rooting down through the fingertips, lengthening the tailbone, pushing through the feet. Notice how you feel today. Take this time at the start of the practice. Give yourself a full body scan. Notice how you're doing. How's the mind? Can we set aside whatever's happened in our day so far? Coming to our mats, being present, pushing everything else away. Taking the attention to the breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Starting to deepen the breath. See if you can bring the movement of the breath, not just in the chest, but down towards the belly, those outer ribs, the back ribs perhaps. We'll inhale, lift the arms up, keep the gaze forwards, just reach the arms up. Exhale, arms come down. We'll inhale again, arms forwards. Nothing else changing, just lifting the arms. Exhale, back to Tadasana, one more. Inhale. And then exhale, arms down, shining the palms forwards. We inhale, lift the arms out, then up. Maybe turning the gaze up. Exhale, arms come down. 2 more, inhale. Reaching up, finding that lift through the arms. Exhale, returning the gaze forwards. Last one, inhale. Reaching up, maybe the gaze to the fingertips. Exhale, release, taking it into a balance. So we shift our weight into the left leg, and we'll inhale, bring the arms up, right foot up, knee bent. So grab a chair, or a wall if you're feeling a little shaky today. Just notice how it is here. So feeling for the qualities of our Tadasana and that standing leg. It's strong, lifting through the front of the leg, hips pointing forwards, tailbone lengthening. From here, we'll start to take some twists. Inhale, reach to the fingertips. Exhale, twist to the right into that bent leg. Reach those fingers wide. Inhale, reaching up, challenge that balance. Exhale, open the twist to the left. Inhale, to center, one more each side. Exhale, twisting right. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, twisting left. Inhaling up. And exhale, bring the foot down, shake it out. Give those shoulders a little roll. And coming to the other side, shifting the weight into the right foot. Inhale, left leg comes up. Keeping that knee bent. Arms reaching up above. Those arms are strong, straight. So if you need to widen them out, if you want more space in the shoulders, take it. Again, feel for your Tadasana. That lift through the chest, all the way up through the crown of the head, but still lengthening the tailbone, containing those ribs from flaring forward. Let's inhale here, reaching up. Exhale, twisting to the left, close twist into the bent leg. Inhale to center, exhale, twisting right. Remember, grab a wall if you need it. Inhale to center, exhale, twisting left. Inhale, center, exhale, twisting right. Inhale to center, exhale, let it go. Shake it out. Well done. Balance can be a challenging one from day to day. So now you're going to find a ledge or a table or the back of a chair somewhere in your room, ideally hip height or higher for this part. So I'm going to use my table. I could use my radiator or my window ledge. So find something roughly that height around you. It doesn't need to be a full, something you can get the full hand on, just something that works. We'll take the hands onto that surface and then we'll walk our feet back so that they come under the hips. So the heels are under the hips. So turn the attention inwards and feel for that positioning. The legs, we want to work them. We want those legs to be straight, lifted, just like our Tadasana, spreading those toes, pressing through the toes, not gripping. And the arms are active, reaching forwards. The ears are in line with the biceps. Think about drawing that belly button up to the spine. So we have tendencies here. Often we let either the chest and the belly drop and everything sags down. Or perhaps if we're a little stiffer through the spine, we can find this rounding. So I want you to go there. I want you to let your chest, your belly sag down. Maybe the gaze comes forwards. And then exhale, round into the spine. Let the chin come towards the chest. It's like a cat-cow, so continue with that for maybe a couple more breaths. Inhale, drawing the chest forwards, letting the belly fall. The exhale to round spine up. Just notice which one feels easier for you. That is probably your preference. Coming back to neutral. So you felt the extremes. You felt the extreme dipping of the chest into the low back. You felt the opposite. So now try and find that middle point. The point where we're looking for this extended spine, reaching out through the crown of the head, and back in the opposite direction with the tailbone. The abdominals, the core is engaged here, supporting the torso. We're pressing the hands into our ledge. This is our half forward fold. Really good for extending the spine and working those shoulders. The legs are solid. They're lifted, they're working. Now let's walk the feet in. We're going to change our stretch slightly, bring it more into the shoulders. So take the elbows now onto your ledge. They come shoulder width apart, and the palms of the hands come together. Again, walk those feet back and let the head come down through the space between your shoulders and the desk or the surface. So you can let your head go on this one. Here, the movement is all the tension is going into the shoulders. The work is being done through the shoulders. So you can keep those hands in prayer up above the head, or perhaps the thumbs, if you bend the elbows, thumbs come towards the back of the neck. Extra stretch into the triceps. So just do what feels okay for you. This can be quite an intense one. It's a really good one. You can do it anytime you've got a ledge like this. So feel those shoulders being stretched all the way into the armpits. Let the head be heavy. Drawing that belly button into the spine though. So this is all for the shoulders. We're not dipping into the low back here. 2 more breaths. And then nice and carefully bring the head back up and through. Take the hands down towards the floor and bend those knees. Maybe walk the feet a little wider, finding our forwards fold, Uttanasana. So you can hang here. The knees can be as bent as you like, maybe resting the body on the sides. And you can grab for either elbow. Option to take some movement, maybe sway side to side. Let the head go. So give it a shake. No, no, no. Give it a nod. Yes, yes, yes. Let it go. Let the gaze be back between the thighs. Maybe starting to experiment with straightening the legs a little more. And in your own time, we're going to release the elbows, bend those knees, push into the feet nice and slowly, uncurl the spine, taking care to keep that head down until the last moment. The shoulders, the neck, the head, releasing last. And we'll come back to our mat. And from here, taking some standing poses. So we'll look first at triangle. We're going to step our feet wide on the mat, trying to get around one leg's length between the feet. So for our triangle, we're going to turn to the right first. We'll turn that left foot in and then the right toes out. Front heel in line with the instep of the back foot. Inhale the arms up and exhale, reaching over to the right as far as you can. Really find this length through the underside of the body, and then take the hand somewhere onto the leg. You can bend that front knee, and the options with the arms, you can stretch the left arm up overhead, or you can bring it to the sacrum. You can work on opening the chest here. So this is a strong pose, as many of our standing poses are. It is a hip opening pose. It's a chest opening pose. So we're looking at this width across the collarbones, reaching from one hand all the way up into the other. Maybe the gaze turns up to the hand above, or keep it in line with the chest if you want to reduce any tension through the neck. One more inhale, exhale, and inhale. Coming back up to center, you can rest the arms if you like as you switch the feet around. So left toes pointing forwards, inhale, lifting the arms up, exhale, reaching over to the left. Try and lengthen through the underside of the body as much as you can before bringing that hand down And again, take your options. The gaze can be forwards, it can even be down if you want, or up. The hand, always the option. Right hand to come to sacrum. Focus on winging that right shoulder back, elbow back, opening through the collarbones. So both legs are straight, but always the option to have that soft bend in the front leg. And the hand can be wherever you like on the leg, preferably not right on the knee, but above or below. It's all fine. One more inhale, exhale, and inhale. Coming back up to center. You can bring those hands to hips, or you can keep them out. Turning the feet to the other side again. Extended side angle now. Inhale here. Exhale, bend into the right knee. And bring that right forearm to the right thigh. Left hand, again, option for it to come to the back of the sacrum. And just check, what is this right knee doing? We would like it to be ideally over the ankle, not forwards. Can be a little bit behind. And not falling in. So we want to be able to see that big toe beyond the knee. Option to reach left arm up. And we'd love to be able here to draw a line from the tips of the fingers all the way to the back foot. This is why it's called the extended side angle. Draw those shoulders away from the ears. And bending into that front knee. Again, another strong standing pose, aren't they all? You can turn the gaze upwards. And again, this is about opening the chest up towards the ceiling, hips to the side. Let's release there. Inhale, coming up to center, stretching the arms wide. And exhale, left forearm to left thigh. You may want to start with that right hand on the sacrum. And again, just focus on opening the chest, rotating it up towards the ceiling. Maybe turning the gaze, holding a dinner plate with that left hand. Get a fancy dinner, fancy plate. Don't want it to drop. Option to reach the right arm up and overhead. And again, have a thought for that front knee, ankle, foot alignment. Just know what your body's doing there. Think about the shoulders, drawing away from the ears. One more inhale, exhale, and inhale. Coming up to center, let's bring the hands to the waist. And we're going to turn the toes back to the right and drop that left knee down. So get a little bit of a break. I'm going to switch my legs so I can show you. So here, we're going to take a revolved side angle. So keeping the knee down, we're going to come up, low crescent lunge, and inhale, left arm up, and then exhale, take that left elbow outside of the right knee. Then bring both hands to prayer. And from here, we're looking for this big twist. So your chest is pointing to the right. And we're really trying to use that elbow against the knee to try and draw the sternum towards the thumbs. So the thumbs ideally come to the center of the sternum, center of the chest. So a big twist here. And we're probably feeling this into that left hip, the front of the left hip. Bit of a challenge there. One more inhale and exhale. Release, bring the hands down. We're going to tuck the back toes, come back up to stand, and then turn around to the other side of the mat. So the left foot's forwards, right knee comes down, coming back up, low crescent lunge. Inhale, right arm up, exhale, right elbow outside of that left knee. Again, hands to prayer. We're going to use that Push into that elbow. Find that twist. So it's not just the chest that points to the left this time, but it's also the belly. You might want to take a hand, see if you can physically pull the belly through. So it's coming through this little window over the thigh. Letting those hips lower a little bit. Always the option with kneeling work to put something under the knee if your knee's not enjoying the hard floor. I've got carpet here, which is lovely to practice on, except when you're balancing. It's not as easy. One more inhale. And exhale, we're going to release. Bring those hands down. Then we'll tuck the back toes and we're going to turn. So both toes face forwards, the hands are down. I need to turn around. We're going to come into a wide leg down dog. So toes pointing forwards and slightly in. Hands are under the shoulders to begin with. And trying to bring those hips in line with the heels. So we like to stick the bum back here. But can we, if I show you from the side, can we avoid going here or here? Can we feel for those hips in line with the heels? And then walk the hands forwards. This is a really wide-legged down dog. So we're keeping the hips back in line with the heels. We're pressing into those feet. They're working really strongly, and not too much is going forwards into the hands, but there is still an extension needed there in the arms. Pressing into the hands, pushing the weight back into the hips. And this is how our legs should be working in our normal down dogs. So they really should have the majority of the weight, but they don't like that. And we bring the feet closer. The hamstrings, the back of the calves start to complain, don't they? So let the head go again. Let it hang. Feeling the stretch through the shoulders. Drawing that belly button to the spine. And as we inhale, we're going to walk the hands back in under the shoulders. Now from here, you can always bend the knees, by the way. In any of these poses, your straight legs can be bent. Going to start moving into a pyramid. So from our forwards fold, our wide leg forwards fold, we're going to inhale, and then we're going to turn our toes to the right. Both legs straight, back toes turning slightly in, and walk our hands around that right foot. So try to pull that left hip forwards, draw the right hip back. So the hips come square to the short edge of the mat, and we can stay up. You can bend that front knee as much as you like, because the hands may be not touching the floor. It's all good. This is pyramid. We inhale here. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale. Be folding in a little. Inhale. Lengthen. Exhale. Let's take those feet to point back forwards. Hands under the shoulders. Wide leg forwards fold. Exhale. Inhale. Lifting the chest. Exhale, turning the left toes now. Turning the body to point over this leg. Drawing the left hip back, right hip forwards. Inhale here. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale. Maybe folding down. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, bringing the hands under the shoulders. One more each side. Inhale. Lifting the chest. Exhale, turning to the right. Over that right leg. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale. Draw that left hip back. Right hip forwards. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, walk the hands to center. Inhale, draw that chest forwards. Exhale to fold. Let the head go. Inhale, lengthening the spine, halfway lift, draw that belly button in. Exhale, turning the toes to the left. Pyramid pose. Inhale, Lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, folding down. Left hip drawing back, right hip forwards. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, back to center. And then from here, walk those feet in. And find our malasana. So the feet wider than hip distance, toes pointing out. And here's where you might want to grab one of your pillows. Have a couple of pillows or towels or blankets, plushy toys, whatever you have handy. Going to find our malasana, our low squat, reaching the arms forwards. Take a couple of twists here. So from here, we're going to inhale, reach back with the right hand, follow the gaze, fingertips with the gaze. Exhale to center. Inhale, left hand reaches back. Exhale, center. Inhale, right. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. Exhale, center. One more round, following your own breath. Coming back to neutral. When you've done the left side again, we're going to grab our pillows. I'm going to find a half verasana or a half hero pose. So this means we want to bring our right leg out in front of us. And then we want to sit our bum on at least one pillow, probably two. And we want to bend our left foot outside of our left heel. So this is hero pose or virasana. The right foot comes out in front, left heel alongside the left hip. So if the knee is feeling this a lot, we're not usually in this position for our knees, but it's a very healthy thing to do. But if it is feeling it, more height. Be inventive, use what you have around you. Forwards fold here. We'll exhale and reach your hands forwards. We're leading this with the chest, so we're not rounding. We're not letting the head, the chin come lower than the chest. We're drawing the chest forwards through the arms. And you'll find that this pose, the hips feel weighted very naturally. You feel like they're rounding and pulling back, and that's a good thing. We want that here. One more inhale. And we'll exhale, release, bend that right knee in. We're going to find a twist to the right. So just take the hand down somewhere on the outside of the right thigh, the right hip. Take the right hand behind. And then turning, maybe the gaze turns over that back shoulder. Just you feel how much of a twist you want. One more inhale and exhale, release. Last one in our half virasana. We're going to take the hands behind and we're going to start to lean back. So here's where we really need the pillows. You're going to feel this through the front of that left thigh. And you're going to feel it even more so when you lift the hips slightly, squeeze the bum, push that left shin into the floor, and then let the hips come back down. Got a lot more intense than this. This is a really good stretch, especially if you're a cyclist or a runner and you've got those really strong quads. They need a good stretch. Unfortunately, you're going to find this a lot more painful than other people as well. But if you want, you can come down to your elbows, keep the gaze forwards, down the body. And we're thinking about pressing that left shin into the floor. I know this is an intense one on that front thigh. So just go wherever you want to. You can be up here. You can be ginger about it. It's okay. One more inhale and exhale. Let's release. Bring that left foot out. Maybe give it a little shake. And then the other side. So now maybe reestablish your sit. Bend that right heel back in line with the hip, the outside of the hip. Left foot forwards. And we're going to forwards fold here. So again, lead with the chest. Chest is open, the gaze down and forwards, perhaps just inside the foot. And the knees do not need to be together. Mine are about hip distance apart, and I'm folding in between the thighs. So I'm not folding over that front leg. One more inhale, reaching the crown of the head forwards. And exhale, walk the hands back up. Bend that left knee, bring it as close to the bum as you can, as close to your pillows as you can. And then we're going to take our right hand somewhere outside that left hip, or left thigh, left hand behind to support, and finding some level of twist here. You decide. Maybe the gaze turning back behind and trying to keep the body upright, not leaning too far back. Try to hug yourself close to that thigh. Coming back to center, releasing and taking the hands behind the hips again, fingers pointing towards the hips. Let's lean back. So coming back, and then we'll intensify. We'll lift the hips, squeeze the bum, push that right shin into the floor, then bring the hips back. And if this is absolute agony, stay up higher, get more height under those hips. Otherwise, if you like, you can come down to the elbows. Wherever you are, keep the gaze forwards, down the body. You will be rewarded for your patience. Your thighs will thank you for this stretch. It's a good one. Just one more breath here. Managing a little smile if you can. And then release. Coming up to sit. Let's take those legs out. Let's give them a bump. And you can maybe keep your pillows there. Once we finish with just a couple of breaths. So we'll take the arms up first as we inhale, reaching up into those fingertips. Exhale out through the mouth. Side out. Inhale, reaching up, big stretch, and exhale. Let it go. One more. Inhale. Filling the lungs, reaching up high. Exhale. Letting it go. Closing the eyes, hands on the thighs, maybe the palms facing up to lift the energy. Down if you want to soothe, calm. And again, you can soften the gaze, you can close the eyes. Just notice how you're feeling at the end of your practice. What's different? Hands to prayer, bowing the head. Give yourself a little smile. Let it travel all the way through you. And take that feeling with you today. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day, rest of your Wednesday. Apologies for going a few minutes over. I'm here if you've got any questions. We're back next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah. Look forward to it. Be safe.
Thanks,
okay?
everyone.
Thank
See
you.
you, Gavin. Bye.